Hello, hello, hello. How do you do? I'm glad to be with you, with you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, wherever you are. It's another wonderful time to be with you on the Financial Intelligence Moment with the FBI coach. My name is Charles Eze. It's a great privilege to have you on the Grace Impact Radio. Grace Impact Radio is the place where word, music, and entertainment lives. Now, this place, we dish it out hot from the nuggets. We dish it out. You enjoy the razzmatazz. You enjoy the nuggets. You enjoy the issues. You learn how to get out of the issues of life. You get the spiritual food. I said feeding. Sorry about that. You get the spiritual food. You get the mental food. You get the emotional food to keep you going. Grace Impact Radio is the place to be. So share this link with as many as you can. Let them get connected on the Grace Impact Radio Mixer app. And those joining on Facebook and YouTube, I welcome you. I appreciate all my YouTube subscribers. Now, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. The YouTube channel is one word, FBI Coach. FBI Coach, one word. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Peradventure, you want to see the previous episodes, the previous teachings, trainings, which I carried out on this channel, on this Grace Impact Radio, which I have also recorded on my YouTube channel. Please go to my YouTube channel and you'll find loads of it. It's loaded, it's mind stretching, it's pocket transformational, it cures broccolisis. It cures broccolisis. Now, broccolisis is the act of being broke, and this sickness can be cured simply by changing a few things in your medulla oblongata. It's by waking up your RAS, your reticular activating system, to start working in line with what you want, where you are going, and helping you achieving your desired goal. Once again, you're welcome, and I appreciate those of you on Facebook. I appreciate you. Please also like the page, and I want you to share this link. Share it as far as you can. Let's be a blessing wholesale. You know my mantra. For those of you who have been with me on this channel, you know my mantra, and my mantra is let's be a blessing wholesale. So share this link with your friends, share this link with your loved ones, even your enemies. Share the link with them, because that will make them be at peace with you, okay? The good book says to us, let's be at peace with all men. That's what my Bible tells me. Let's try as much as we can to be at peace with all men. So share this, feed their mind. See, you never can tell whose life will change simply by getting connected to platforms like this. One day, a man changed my life. How did it happen? He shared a link of Robert Kiyosaki's online training back then, several years back. And he said to me, Charles, I think you might find this useful. Immediately, I clicked on the link. I subscribed for the training. The time for the training, I cleared my calendar and I was present. After that training, my life never remained the same. To the extent some people started calling me Charles Kiyosaki. I didn't mind, because I'm going somewhere. So you never can tell whose life will change. So share this link with them. Share the YouTube link. Share the Facebook link. Share every link. The Mixer app link. Share. And if you haven't activated the notification button on the YouTube channel, like my little son will say, ring the bell so that once we drop new content, you'll be the first to know. Activate the notification button. I appreciate every one of you. It's a great month. It's a new month. It's a month of miracles. It's a month of new things. It's a month of new opportunities. It's a month of open doors. And I believe that if we consciously, deliberately, consistently, with focus, do the things that we share on this platform, put it to use, your life will refuse to remain the same. As in, even when your life wants to remain the same, it will refuse, because I have given out loads and loads and loads of values on this platform. Now, the things I share here are the things I have learned from my mentors and the ones I experienced myself. All right, for the past few weeks, we have been on this journey reviewing the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Every week, I take a chapter. There are 13 principles he shared in this book, and I've been on this journey for the past 3 weeks. So you can check it out. The previous editions, you can check it out on my YouTube channel, FBI Coach. Remember, FBI Coach is one word. Check it out on my YouTube channel, and you will see the past episodes. I started with the episode 1, introduction. I went to episode 2, which was desire. I went to episode 3, which was faith. I read this book several years back, and so far I have read this book 4 times. And my goal is to finish this book, to read this book 7 times before the year runs out. Now, the reason why I want to read it minimum of 7 times is because statistics has proven that if you want to retain anything, you need to learn, you need to know, you need to study that a minimum of 6 times so that it will become part of you. One of my mentors has read this book close to 50 times, as in he knows where the comma is in this book. Okay, and when I started, I told you that I don't fully agree with all the principles in this book because there are some parts he talked about evolution. If you check last week broadcasts, I mentioned it, even though I decided to summarize it and tweak it in the way it will be beneficial to larger community. Okay, today we are on chapter 4. Today we'll be talking about chapter 4, and chapter 4 is a bit kind of, he talked about a bit, it's a bit of science, you know, but of course, I'll always bring it home so it will be beneficial to every one of us. Now, for those of you who read the book and you want a different understanding, now my reviews will also help you in getting a better understanding of a few things which he talked about, and with the few examples I cited here and there. Okay, so today's principle, he said this is the 3rd step to riches. This is the 3rd step to becoming a rich man. And the title is Autosuggestion, the medium for influencing the subconscious mind. This medium influences the subconscious mind. Now, the subconscious mind is loaded. It's loaded with so many things, you know. So you must engage into a daily routine. You must engage into a daily routine on series of affirmations, you know, which allows you to turn the power of your subconscious mind to your advantage, turning the power of your subconscious mind to working miracles for you. You know, the summary I'll be sharing with you contains some examples, you know, and talking about the subconscious mind, the nature has given us absolute control over our subconscious mind. That's the way God created us. God created us and gave us the power of choice to say, choose ye this day what you want. Choose what you want. He can't dictate for you. There are things God cannot do for you. That's why any prayer that makes God absolutely responsible for that prayer or for the answer to that prayer is an irresponsible prayer, because God will not do everything for you. As a matter of fact, God has only 20 or 30% role to play. The remaining 80 or 70% lies on you. It is your responsibility to make it work. It is your responsibility to bring that prayer to activation, meaning there are certain things you would do, and one of them is by working on your subconscious mind. Okay, your subconscious mind is so rich, but a lot of people are not maximizing it. A lot of people are not using it. However, most people do not use the experience of failure and poverty to transform their life. Some people see it as a default. Oh, I'm born poor. Oh, no, it's not a default. It's an error. It's an error for you to think you can't be rich. It's an error for you to think you can't be wealthy. You know, wealth starts from the mind, and you must feed the mind with the right things. The good book says that as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Do you know that thinking is talking about? It's talking about, the thinking, first of all, starts from your subconscious mind. Sometimes we go to bed and we have some funny dreams that are not relevant to where you're going, that are not in line, that are not in sync with where you're going. Now, do you know that if you sit down critically to analyze the things you did prior to the time you went to bed, you discover that you must have fed yourself, your subconscious mind, with those negative and irrelevant things. So what I do before I go to bed is that I feed my mind with positive things, what I want my subconscious mind to work on. Either I'm listening to Les Brown, because Les Brown told me that his best book on earth is the Bible. He reads the Bible, he gets nuggets from the Bible, he teach his community, he teach people, he bring it to the business world. He won't mention that he got it from the Bible. He tweak a little things to make it look as though he got it from one general author or something. But if you are conversant with the particular scripture he's talking about, you know he got this thing from the Bible. So it's either I'm listening to Les Brown's videos or audios, or I read my Bible, or I pick up a book. I read minimum of 20 chapters every day. I learned that from Les Brown and Mike Murdoch, that I need to read minimum of 20 chapters every day in order to grow my subconscious mind positively. Now, when I feed my subconscious mind, or I'm listening to Eric Warren, or I'm listening to Tony Robbins, or I'm listening to Dan Lok, or I'm listening to Steve Harvey, so many of them. I have a collection of so many of them I'm listening to. Okay, so all I need to do is get an hour or 30 minutes, minimum 30 minutes. I listen to these things, I pray, I sleep. When I'm dreaming about the things that are in line with where I'm going. Now, sometimes God might give you certain revelations that are not in tune, that are not in line with what you are thinking. Now, God reveals to redeem. That's a different thing entirely, which you need to pray about and work towards. But majorly, if you want to get better and you want to build your subconscious mind, you need to think, you need to be careful with the things you put in your mind. That's why when you scroll through social media at night, you go to those blogs, you read all those negative things, or you watch the news channels, you listen to all the negativities because they keep repeating the negativities, and you go to bed. Yours sincerely, the truth is, you will never get better. You will never get better, because the only thing that will be playing out in your life are the negativities. The only thing you'll be seeing every now and then happening in your life are the negativities, because that's what you are attracting. We attract what we focus on daily. If you go through chapter 2, where we talk about faith. Sorry, chapter 3, we talked about faith. Yeah. Napoleon Hill stressed on what we attract. Excuse me. We attract what we want by the things we think daily. And the things you think daily starts from your subconscious mind. Are you aware that thinking is a form of prayer? Are you aware that thinking is a form of prayer? So you have to be careful. The things you think about, the things you feed your subconscious mind with. Then when I'm waking up in the morning, I also wake up with positivity. The first thing I want to hear in the morning is reading my Bible, having a quiet time with the Lord, my maker, my creator. Then I get into my university of YouTube. As at that time of the day, because in my country, Nigeria, these network service providers give you free YouTube data from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. So at that time, I still have my free YouTube. I use it to feed my mind. transform my thinking. Okay, so get your day set, get your day ready. Don't live your life on que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. Don't live your life on like a simple pendulum. Things will never change until you change certain things. That's what Jim Rohn told me. Jim Rohn says, for things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better. Stop praying for challenges to go. Pray for wisdom to overcome these challenges. Pray for wisdom to see opportunities in those challenges. You know, the price of the ability to influence your subconscious mind is everlasting. It's everlasting. And it stems from being persistent by applying these principles he shared in this book. It's important to note that you can either enter the subconscious mind without autosuggestion, like he talked about in this book. You know, so there are a few things he talked about. He said that autosuggestion is a psychological technique that was developed by apothecary. I hope I got that right. Apothecary named Emily Q. Please pardon me if I'm getting the name wrongly. Emily Q. At the beginning of the 20th century. Now, according to Q, he says that repeating words or images enough times causes the subconscious mind to absorb them. Now, what they are trying to say is this: as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Whatever you think daily, whatever you feed your mind on daily, automatically becomes part of you. Whatever you focus on all the time, if you're focusing on problems all the time, you'll be attracting problems. If you're focusing on worries all the time, you'll be attracting worries. If you're focusing on lack all the time, you will keep having broccolisis. Now, if you're focusing on riches, if you're focusing on peace of mind, you're focusing on having a serene environment, living in a good house, and it will soon become part of you. Now, it will not just become part of you. Now, this is not motivational wah-wah. No, I'm sharing with you the things that are real. Like Dunlop will call it, this is not motivational BS. This is science. This is proven. See, when you concentrate on your mind, okay, and desire something, sooner than you know it, that thing you desire will become a goal. If you start taking action in the right direction, it will become your reality. The only thing it might take is time. The difference between a wealthy man and a poor man is found in two things: development and time. Development and time. The reason why you have not achieved that thing you want to achieve is found in development and time. Development, what are the things you want to do differently to get different results? Tiger Woods, at the age of 4, he started learning how to play golf. He started doing things differently. He started doing things that other people wouldn't do. What about Michael Jordan? When his friends, his peers are busy sleeping and partying, he kept throwing the ball. He kept learning how to give the long shot, how to give the short throws, the long throws, how to give the killing goals, the killing shots, I beg your pardon. Now, he started practicing, he started feeding his subconscious mind. He did not only see himself as a legend, but he started taking actions, which eventually became his reality. Many gained inspiration from this technique of constantly feeding your mind and taking action. Now, for instance, a dull student who keeps repeating the words, I am the most brilliant student in class. I am the most brilliant student. I am the most brilliant student. Inspires himself to become successful. It is also believed that if one keeps having repeated negative feelings, chances are it will materialize. Because that student that keeps confessing, I am the most brilliant student, and starts learning and starts taking actions. Okay, I'm bad at mathematics. Let me start learning mathematics. How can I learn mathematics? Google is my friend. I go to Google, I go to University of YouTube, and I search. If I'm having issues with calculus, I go to YouTube and I search calculus, simple ways to learn calculus. You see 1,000 videos. You watch from different directions, different authors, different presenters. You learn the technique. Now, you can see that the positive confessions has led to taking positive action. He learned that calculus. He now starts studying. Okay, I'm having issues with algorithms. I'm having issues with this. I'm having issues with that. I'm having issues with physics. Where do I have issues with physics? Understanding this. So you start taking action in it. As a business person, you keep confessing to yourself that I am the best in my field. I am making, you have your goal, I'm making 50 million every year. I'm making 50 million sales turnover every year. Our gross profit, our net profit is this, is that. And you don't know what to do. The first thing you should do is, while you are confessing, please find a community that will support your confession. Excuse me. Find a community that will support your confession and pair yourself with them. Find an accountability partner. Find a mentor. Find someone that will hold you by the hand to help you achieving that. Now, we have some self-starters. We have some people that once they confess anything, they can quickly take action by themselves and start achieving what they want to do. I'm that kind of person. Like I shared something on my social media platform. I said there are 3 categories of people on earth. We have the knowledge base, we have the vision base, we have the creative base. The knowledge-based persons are those who know everything they want to do. They can tell you 1,001 things they want to do and how they want to achieve it, but they don't take action. Their common lifestyle is procrastination. They engage into analysis paralysis. Those are the kind of people that they analyze everything. They see problem in every solution. Now, instead of seeing solution in every problem, they see problem in every solution. They are pessimists. They are cynics, yet they know it. They are well-read. You can call them PhD, you can call them doctors, you can, whatever you want to call them. They know everything about that particular thing or that particular field you're talking about, but they don't take action. Those are the knowledge-based category of people. Then we have the vision-based. The vision-based are those who know what they want to do, how they want to do it, why they want to do it, with whom they want to do that thing, and they are already taking actions, achieving results, killing their goals, making the money they desire, becoming wealthy. Okay? Some of them, you can call them the think tank. You know, they can become think tank to some other people. Those are the vision-based category of persons. Then we have the third category of people who are the creatives, the creative base. The creative base, just like the name goes, they create things out of nothing. They think as though the box does not exist. Those are the people that can sit down and coin something and come out with something tangible. These are those who disrupt processes. They disrupt the economy. They disrupt everything. You know, they come into something, they tweak it and use it to become their own. That's where I find myself. I built myself, I developed myself to become a creative person. Now, I didn't get there overnight. I remember several years back, I used to be a knowledge-based person. I will analyze everything, but I don't take action. I will give you reasons why I can do this, I can do that, but I don't take action. Then the first thing I did was to get into positive peer pressure. I got a mentor who started working on me, who started giving me what I want. Now, I did not get that mentor on a platter of gold. I paid the price to get the mentor. I registered for his training 6 times. At the 6th time, I told him, on each of those times, he has recognized me. And he asked me one day, why do you pay for this training? And I said to him that I want your brain. I want to think like you. And back then, the training was physical. It wasn't online like we do today. That's how he held me by the hands and he started coaching me, started teaching me a whole lot of things. I started working for him. I told him, I want to work for you. Don't pay me. I just want to learn. Give me a task. Tell me the things to do. Then that's how I got out of being a knowledge-based person to becoming a vision-based person. Then I started working on myself as a vision-based person. I started working on myself. I started developing my inner abilities, developing my consciousness, developing my reticular activating system, developing my problem-solving skills, developing my thinking skills. We have critical thinking. We have objective thinking. We have analytical thinking. We have creative thinking. There are 5 types of thinking. So I got myself involved in it. I started working on it. I started working seriously. And that's how I became a creative person. That's how I started birthing things. That my mentor give me assignments, give me things without looking back. I started paying for different courses. I did not stop where my mentor took me on. I started investing in myself. So the question is, how are you working on your subconscious mind? Or how will you work on your subconscious mind to get out of being a knowledge-based person to a vision-based person and eventually becoming a creative-based person? It starts by taking deliberate action. Now, autosuggestion may not really work without action. Like I said, just like saying, I want to be rich, and you sit back at home, you don't do anything, of course you won't be rich. As a matter of fact, if you say, I want to be rich, it is open-ended. You can't be rich by saying, I want to be rich. You need to be specific. I, Charles Eze, by December 31st, 2022, I have or I own $1 million investment. It is not past tense. It is not future tense. It is present tense. I own. I own. And apart from that, saying that, and I'm taking actions, doing things that will help me earn more in dollars than in my local currency. And or you sit back, or you say, I want to be a pastor, and you don't go to seminary school, you don't engage in mentorship, you don't read your Bible. Of course, autosuggestion is not abracadabra. It's not a miracle working. It's not a magic wand that I can just wave it and it happens. Now, according to the book, there are examples of an individual who got healed from terminal disease and some who became successful with autosuggestions. Now, this is my own thoughts. This is my own opinion. Autosuggestion doesn't work with some facts. For example, an amputee cannot grow a fresh arm by using autosuggestion. Okay? You also need to, of course, you need to use your thinking faculty rightly. Now, avoid unnecessary desperation if your goals are not achieved within the time frame. Even if your goal, autosuggestion might not work in that area. Now, even if your goals are not achieved, you must have learned something. Something you must have got into your mind. Something you must have learned something new in the process of trying to make that goal work, as long as you are taking action. Because there are some persons that will write down goals, but they are not taking action. They are not doing anything. And they expect the goals to just work. It will not happen, okay? Do not attach negative thoughts to act or actions to achieving your goal. You need to be positively minded. You need to consciously build and develop what you want, okay? So do not wait for a definite plan through which you intend to exchange services in return for money. Don't wait for things to, don't wait for the perfect time. Begin at once. See yourself in possession of the money which you want. See yourself in possession of it, okay? Don't just wait for perfect time. There is nothing like perfect time. See yourself in possession of that money, demanding and expecting it. But when the plan appears, put it into action immediately. Because you have thought about it, you have written it down, maybe it's still not crystal clear to you, start working on it, And once you get a clear way or a clear action point, take action immediately. It usually comes in form of inspiration. And it has to, you need to catch it immediately once that inspiration comes. Now, some people, it works for them in different ways. This is what I do. Once I get inspiration for something, if I'm driving, what I do is to pull over and I get my phone and record it as a voice. I have a voice recorder. You can download that most phones actually come with it. So I record it as a voice. When I get back home, I get my destination, wherever I'm going, I sit back, I play the audio, then I get my digital notepad and I start writing. I flesh it out. That's how I create content. Okay. So once that inspiration comes, put it down, catch it immediately. Failure to do so will lead to fatal, failure to do this will be fatal to your success. Okay. It will be fatal to yours. Now, instructions. There are a few instructions he gave on auto-suggestion. There are a few instructions he gave on auto-suggestions. Okay. Now, let me just do it this way. Now, if you follow the instructions, is number one, to practice at least once a day. That's one of the instructions which he gives. To practice at least once a day. Fix in your own mind the exact amount of money you desire. Fix in your mind the exact amount of money you desire. Holding by concentrated, you hold it by concentrating your eyes closed until you actually see it in your physical appearance. You actually see it first. You see it in the mind, in the picture of your mind. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. In the picture of your mind, you first of all see it in the picture of your mind. And the next thing is you start taking action. Then sooner than you know it, it appears in your life. Remember, to emotionalize the instructions. What do I mean? Take it to heart. Don't just say, okay, this is what I'll do. Hold it tenaciously with every fiber of your being. Because if you don't do that, you might not be able to make most of your subconscious mind. Now, there are a few summaries which he gave. And he said, first, go into a quiet spot, preferably in your bedtime. In your bedtime or at night, where you will not be disturbed or interrupted. Close your eyes and repeat aloud so you may hear your own words. Repeat it out aloud. Speak it to yourself. He said the written statement of the amount of money you intend to accumulate. For example, before I go to bed, I say to myself, I, Charles Eze, own 1 million investments on or before $1 million investment on or before December 31st, 2022. I speak it out loud. And I start saying to myself, now I get into this. These are the things I have written down before. And I start speaking it out. Okay, these are the businesses I will do to fetch me that $1 million investment. I will expand my real estate. I will pay more attention to intellectual property, which is where the digital world comes in. There is so much money to make from the digital world. Now, by the way, if you haven't shared this video, please share it. Share the link with others. I believe you're getting value. Put it in the comment section. Let the algorithm be happy so you can show this video to more people. I'm talking about those on Facebook and those on YouTube, okay? So share the link. And even those on the Mixer app, you can also share the link with others to join us before the session rounds off. And if they want to watch a repeat, they can take it up from my YouTube channel, FBI Coach, okay? FBI Coach, one word, on my YouTube channel. So share this link, share it as far as you can. Let others get to enjoy what you are also enjoying today. Okay, so you speak it out to yourself. I, Charles Eze, own $100 million investment on or before the end of 2025. On or be, so just whatever you have written down, speak it to yourself. Okay, that's what he's saying in this book. And so you may hear your own words. Now, the written statement of the amount you want to accumulate, the time limit for this accumulation. Remember, you need to be specific with the time. That's why I said, I, Charles Eze, own $1 million investment on or before 31st December 2022. It must be time conscious. You must be time conscious. You must allocate time to it. Then he also says, and description of the service or merchandise you intend to give in return for the money. Like I said, what do you want to do to get this money? It's not enough to have a positive confession. If you have a positive confession, you are not taking action in line with the confession, you will achieve nothing. So what are the things you need to do? Expanding on my real estate, intellectual property, automated businesses, paper investment, buying international shares. There are so many ways to make money today. It's easier to make millions today in our world than ever before. It's easier. If I sell 5,000 Naira products to 1 million persons, I have made 1 billion Naira. So the question now is, where do I get this 1 million persons I'll sell this to? You see, when you ask yourself that question, your reticular activity system starts working. Where do I get these people? Number one, from my social media handles, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. You start putting it down. Number two, my alumni, you write it down. Number three, my community. No, you start thinking. You start thinking. You start thinking. I go to events, I meet new people, I connect with more persons. Now, it's not just enough to say selling the 5,000 Naira products to 1 million persons. Who are your audience? You must be specific, the category of people you want to sell this 1 million. You need to specific about the category of people you want to sell these 5,000 Naira products to. Okay? I believe you're getting value from what I'm sharing. Please put it up in the comments. Now, as you carry out these instructions, excuse me, see yourself already in possession of the money. For example, suppose you intend to accumulate $100,000 by the 1st of January, 5 years, by the 1st of January in 5 years, for this reason or hence, and for this reason that you intend to give personal service in return for the money in the capacity of sales. In other words, what he's trying to say here is that you want $100,000 by 1st of January. What will I need to do? In what area will I need to pay attention to get this $100,000? He says, I need to pay more attention in sales. Representative. In sales, representative. He now said that your written statement of your purpose should be similar to the following. By the first day of January 20th, I will have in my possession $100,000. You see, it's definite, it's specific, which will come to me in various amounts from time to time during the interim. So he's trying to help you analyze your faith. He's trying to help you analyze your desire. He's trying to help you analyze your power of positive thinking. Now, he's trying to help you put chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 together into this chapter 4. See, one thing with this book is that each chapter is a build-up on the next chapter, is a build-up on the next chapter. There is no way you will get to chapter 4 without mastering chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. Okay? So I believe that I will have this money, and that's my faith. You make my faith so strong that I can now see the money before my eyes. I cannot touch it with my hands. It is now awaited, or it is now awaiting transfer to me at this time. And in the proportion I deliver the service, in the proportion I deliver the service I intend to render in return for the money. Your money is in proportion to the problems you solve. Nobody grows above the money he earns. If you want to earn more, you need to become more. You need to grow more. You need to invest in yourself. Okay? So I can touch it with my hands. I am, or rather, I'm awaiting a plan by which to accumulate this money. And I will follow that plan when it is received. Okay? So that's the first suggestion. Second, he said, repeat this program in the night and in the morning. See, it didn't start with in the morning and in the night. It started with in the night and in the morning. And if you read your Bible, during the creation, God started creation in the night and the morning. The first day was the night and it came to morning. In other words, let me use the words of Ubon King, the blessed memory. He said, productivity starts at night, implementation starts in the morning. When men went to sleep, the enemy came to sow tares. When men went to sleep, the enemy came to steal the things they have. Productivity starts at night. You start building at night. So repeat this program at night and implement it in the morning until you can see it in your imagination, the money you intend to accumulate. That's what he shared about the second suggestion. Then the third suggestion, he said, place a written copy of the statement. Place a written copy of the statement where you can see it at night and in the morning. Place a written statement where you can see it at night and in the morning, and read it just before retiring and upon arising in the morning until it has been memorized, until it has become part of you, until it eats you up. Whatever you eat up will eventually eat you up. Keep giving it, keep feeding your mind with, give so mightily grew the word and it prevailed. There is no way the word will grow if certain actions were not taken. So read the entire chapter every night until, this auto-suggestion, read it to yourself every now and then until it becomes part of you. And you see yourself accomplishing great goals. You see yourself accomplishing great things. I practice a lot of these and it's helping me. Sometimes people ask me, how do you get on this auto drive mode? I don't wait to be motivated. There are times I'll be so downcasted. I'll feel so down. Someone put up on Instagram, a friend, her Instagram handle is Creative Media. She's into branding. She put up something sometime and asked, how do you deal with down times? What do you do? I said, I speak to myself. I take a walk. I listen to music. I play games with my family. I just shut down everything. I go to my wife and my boys. We play game. We gist. We tell stories. I get rejuvenated. Sometimes I listen to music. Maybe I'm alone and I get into that downcasting mode, I listen to music. It's not a time I start reading. If I'm reading at that time, nothing will go enter. You know, go enter. So what I do is that I listen to music. Sometimes I go to Brother Shaggy's YouTube channel. I watch a couple of his YouTube videos. I laugh and laugh and laugh, distract myself, and I get back to work. That's the way I refuel my energy. That's the way I refuel myself. You know, sometimes I will just listen to gospel music, worship God, just sleep off. One of the things that doesn't work for me is movies. Some people say when they watch movie, they feel lightened. I've tried that. It doesn't work for me. So stick to what works for you. Try to find out first what works for you, then stick to it. Okay, I've been able to pinpoint the things that work for me, and I don't joke with them. Okay, so how does Napoleon Hill define autosuggestion? Now, in Think and Grow Rich, chapter 4, Napoleon Hill understands autosuggestion as a means of influence, as a means, or rather, as a means to influence your subconscious mind. You see it as a way you need to influence your subconscious mind. If you read the book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, one of these days we're going to review that book. It's also another book that has caused a dramatic change in my life, in my finances, in everything I do. Okay, he talked about focusing on your circle of influence and not your circle of concern. Your circle of influence are the things you can change, the things you can alter. I can decide what I want to eat. I can decide if I want to have my bath or not. But the circle of concern are the things you can't change. I can't change the price of fuel, the price of fuel in the market. I can't change the price of a basket of tomato. I can't change the price of a loaf of bread in the market. Those are my circle of concern. You know, so Napoleon Hill is saying that if you focus on your subconscious mind, you will start influencing your subconscious mind. You start taking quality decisions. You start taking quality actions. You start doing things that are in line with where you're going. Because once the thinking is right, the acting will definitely become right. Now, there is a duality between subconscious mind and the conscious mind. In fact, the subconscious mind represents a powerful part of our brain over which we have no control. That's the subconscious mind. While on the other side, the conscious mind is less powerful, but we can control it. And if you can control your conscious mind, it will automatically influence your subconscious mind. You know, like the wind that carries one ship east and another west. The law of autosuggestion will lift you up to pull you down according to the way that you set your sail for the thoughts. In other words, once you set your sails, God will set the wind. God will send the wind. When you set your sails so that the east wind, the north wind, the south wind will start blowing in direction to your compass, God will send the sail that will help you harbor, that will help you get to harbor. So Napoleon Hill helps us to understand that if you must succeed, if you must be rich, you need to take absolute control of your subconscious mind. So what is the principles of autosuggestion? The principle of autosuggestion is repetition. Simple. Keep repeating it. Think and Grow Rich, chapter 4. You know, one of the things he talks about is the instruction here is all about that makes you repeat. One of the things he talks about here is the instruction that makes you repeat what you think again and again. And it might seem simple, but if you carry it out with persistence, it certainly pays off. It looks so easy. It's not just to repeat it, but not everybody can do it. So Napoleon Hill is saying to us, if you can consciously repeat these things, keep saying it to yourself, write it down on a paper, paste it in a place where you can see it boldly, and keep speaking it all the time. Apart from speaking it, you are also taking action. Speaking it, you are also taking action. Speaking it, you are also taking action. You'll see it happen to yourself. I have told us before, and I'm saying it again because it bears repetition, that wealth is 80% behavior and 20% mindset. 20% mindset, this auto-suggestion we're talking about, working on your subconscious mind, is just 20%. While the 80% lies on your behavior. And your behavior is a makeup of your habits, your actions. There are 4 things that makes a man poor: habits, attitude, actions, and your belief system. Your habit, if you have a negative habit, it can pull you down continuously. And your habit gives birth to your attitude. It now becomes your lifestyle. It now becomes, oh, this person is just lazy. Why can't this person think? Because of certain programming. You need to change certain programming. You need to change your financial blueprint. You need to change the way you see things in life. Excuse me. That's why you need to read Secret of the Millionaire Mind by Harv Eker, and Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattle. As a matter of fact, that Science of Getting Rich is over 100 years old, that book. You need to read these books, okay? Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattle, Secret of the Millionaire Mind by Harv Eker, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by, what's his name again? Stephen Covey. Read these books. It works on your mind. So your habits, your attitude, your actions, the actions you take, then your belief system. Some people have this belief system that they cannot be wealthy. I feel like speaking in tongues like right now. Lebo Shanta. They have this belief system that, oh, there are certain kind of people that are well. See, snap out of that. Work on your subconscious mind. Start telling yourself, I am wealthy. Start telling yourself, I own this. I own this filling station. I own this estate. I own this shopping mall. I own this 50 apartment shopping mall. 50 apartments or 50 outlets shopping complex, whatever you call it. I have all mine written down. And I speak it to myself every now and then, okay? Another thing you need to do is I'm trying to put it in a different way from what Napoleon Hill says. Okay, at the end of this chapter 4, he said, read the entire chapter aloud once every night until you become thoroughly convinced that the principle of autosuggestion is sound, that it will accomplish for you all that has been claimed for it. As you read, underscore with a pencil every sentence that impresses you favorably. In other words, this chapter 4, read it out loud every night. That's his prescription. Read it out loud every night so that until it becomes part of you. Whatever you want to be, read it out until it becomes part of you. I believe you got value from what I have shared with you today. So next week, we'll be moving to chapter 5. Gradually, we are sailing and soon we'll get to harbor. I thank you very much for being part of my broadcast today. It's my pleasing pleasure and a privilege to be your host. Once again, my name is Charles Eze. They call me the FBI coach. FBI stands for Financial and Business Intelligence. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you for hanging out with me. Please remember to share this link and remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. Subscribe and also activate the notification button so that once I drop valuable content, you'll be the first to know. And peradventure you joined late and you want to listen to it over again, or the previous editions, the previous reviews, please go to my YouTube channel, FBI Coach. You'll find it there. God bless you and have a wonderful and fantastic new month.